everybody, welcome back to the Harmonica Barge. This video is called Improve Your Blues Tone in under 10 minutes. I'll try not to ramble for longer than 10 minutes. Improve your tone. There's a lot of talk amongst harmonica players about good tone and bad tone, and it's a bit tricky because that's very subjective. But one thing that I want to talk about is resonant tone. So what is it to actually play with resonance? Well, when we speak we have resonance, and when we sing we should have resonance if you want a particular sound. And you do see quite a lot of harmonica videos. I think if you're learning the harmonica, it can be a bit of a mistake. You see people using articulations like ta and using the tongue, ta, to. And you know, this can be useful, especially for teaching rhythms and often to children if you want to use syllables, so using the tongue for percussive effect. And there's many styles of harmonica that use the tongue. Just messing around, but if you want very rapid notes or certain rhythms, that can be useful. But I think when it comes to trying to get resonant tone, the tongue can actually get in the way and inhibit that. Because if you think, if your tongue's coming to the front of your mouth, it's like if you were trying to sing la, la, with the tongue coming forward, you're going to have limited resonance. Same with the harmonica. So tone can be very subjective. There are players who you might want a small tone. Trying to make the harmonica almost sound sort of trumpet-like, very kind of muted. But what I find, and particularly with students, is that it's good to start from a bass, and the fundamental is having a resonant tone and trying to play clear single notes. There's a lot of factors that come into play here. Embouchure is very important, putting the harmonica in your mouth enough. I'm just going to... It's actually quite a deep sort of embouchure there. So the harmonica's firmly in my lips, the bottom lip resting underneath. And a lot of problems, people trying to draw too hard and trying to suck in. I think I heard a harmonica player, I think it might have been Joe Falisco actually, described playing as thinking about it as inhaling rather than sucking. Because when we inhale, it's more a gentle movement, breathing in. And what I find for improving our single note tone, especially the two draw, which is key note in blues of course, I'm using a C harmonica, key of G. If you take a chord, I talked about this in other videos, but it's good to recap. Taking a chord and almost relaxing, breathing in as if you're yawning. This actually comes from singing technique as well, just to be trying to totally relax the throat and take a gentle inhale in. It's nice to do it on a chord at first, because you can really think about relaxing that throat without worrying about the embouchure. So that's almost like a ha shape. And a gentle inhale. Practicing this quietly is very good. So we can just take an in-breath. 2 beats, out for 2. Oh, there's a plane coming into Heathrow. It's getting a bit noisy here. Try this with the volume low. I find there's a direct correlation first with playing loudly and playing out of tune and tensing. So it's really good to just take the volume down and relax. Posture's quite important, relaxing the shoulders. We're not going Try to lean back is tense, that's going to make the chest tight, so just trying to relax the shoulders. Doesn't matter if you're standing up or sitting down, relaxing the nice chord. Breathing in on holes 1, 2 and 3 here, so G chord. And the reason we're starting with a chord is it just helps the embouchure, because if we think about making a single note first, there's automatically a bit of tension there in the lips, but there shouldn't be any tension anywhere in the throat and the jaw. And what I find with students is we're all or trying to use the tongue to go. Of course, we use tension when we bend notes. That's a separate thing, and it's also it's going to really help when it comes to bending if you can play just with simple single notes with resonance. So coming from our chord, holes 1, 2 and 3, we'll now apply the pucker embouchure, the one a lot of people start with and continue to use, great for many things. If you tongue block, it's a slightly different thing. Your throat's potentially already going to be more open, and you might have a bigger tone or a more resonant tone initially without doing more work. But tongue blocking, of course, has got its own share of difficulties with learning, so that's a slightly different thing. So it's more for the pucker at first. So once we apply that relaxed throat, almost keeping the throat in the heart shape, but of course we're now using the embouchure of a pucker and playing the 2 draw. Now, at this point, you could, and I would recommend to use a chromatic tuner. You can get an app on the phone. I use one called Optima Tuner on my phone. It's like 50p or something. And that'll tell you what note you're playing. So that should be a G there. And if you're seeing F sharp, you're playing it a little bit flat. Okay, and a lot of people, when they first start that tune, they naturally play it flat. So we just want to really relax on it. And you'll probably find that as the volume goes down, the tuning goes up. So we play more in tune with a lower volume. And what I'd recommend is starting at a low volume with that 2. Making sure you're in tune before you raise the volume. Now, once you start to raise the volume, everything's a lot easier if you're playing relaxed with resonance. So it's not a case of good tone, bad tone. That's very subjective. But it is a case of a more resonant tone. And I think for a bass technique, to start with, if we can play relaxed with resonant tone, going to make everything else a lot easier as you get more and more into harmonica. So try that on the 2 draw, and I'll be back very soon with more videos. I've been here at the Harmonica Barge. Do subscribe if you like the videos, and I'll keep sending you more. Thanks very much. Bye.